That's what's up.
Staying out of trouble. Definitely staying out of trouble.
That's the best. That's the best thing to do.
Who you telling, man?
I've been trying to stay out of trouble, man. I got real good at making children, bro. Look, I done got real good.
I'm trying to feel the building.
How when I'm 7 baby? Cause this is like amazing. We got elevator over there. You said what?
This door.
Yeah, 5 little penguins dancing at the edge. One was kicking with partners and straps and drawing some drink. The penguin was unaware of that strap when he hit the stove. His partners had stuck it up, that was planned, but he didn't know. Got caught in affiliations and quickly he was in jail. Grandmama ain't called no lawyer cause grandma ain't have no money. Blood pressure acting a fool, but grandma had no insurance. All she had was a prayer that only Jesus could stomach. 4 little penguins dancing at the edge. One wanna turn up with trappers.
Welcome to Birmingham Today, a Cumulus Birmingham public affairs program focusing on local and state issues affecting you and your community. Let's get underway with Birmingham Today.
Welcome into Birmingham Today. I am your host, AJ Johnson, and I love just being able to open this microphone and give opportunities to people to really just showcase not only just what they do in the community, but also the talent. And in the studio, wow, you know what? It's been a minute since I've met this young man a long time ago. He was doing music and, you know, doing a lot of stuff in the ministry. Just the heart of God was just spewing out of him. And he anytime you're around him, you know, he's gonna bring it out of you one way or another. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I could introduce you, but I want you to go ahead, pull that microphone up close to you. I need you to go ahead and just drop your name, let everybody know who you are real quick.
What's going on? What's going on, man? It's your guy, Devontae Ravizzi, straight off the east side of Birmingham. You know how we do it. You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah, man, and I'm just in love with art. I'm in love with what we do, man. I want to shout out AJ Johnson in the building.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
1077.
Yeah.
Man, you shining, bro.
No, well, I mean, you know, I do my thing. At least I try. Now, if it works, hey, that's a whole nother thing, you know. But it's not. I'm only being a vessel what God is telling me to do. Yes, so, but we're not just here just talking about the music, you know. But you transition into doing movies and TV series and all these big things, and I mean, just I remember I was on social media, I was on Facebook, and you know, I'm just scrolling sometimes. You know, sometimes what you do, right? You just kind of scroll. I'm not gonna tell you what I was doing while I was scrolling, but I was scrolling, and I saw this clip, and I was like, what? Wait a minute, what is this? And it says 5 Little Penguins, and I was like, wait a minute, okay, let me click on this, let me go ahead. Lo and behold, I see that it has something to do with you. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then it's like, it's on Amazon Prime. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. When did this happen?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm like, yo, just doing big things. And so first of all, like, okay, how did you transition from like just the music scene and getting into doing what you're doing with production?
For sure. So it came like out of left field, bro. Real talk. I wrote a song called 5 Little Penguins, and I decided to do a really interesting music video. And I put that music video out during COVID, and we went damn near viral. We got like 100,000 views on the video in like a day or something. And from that idea, a lot of my partners and friends was like, hey, man, this could be really something. Mm-hmm. So I made a little bit of money from that music video and invested back into the idea of the music video and of the song. And it turned into a TV show. Network with some people, man. And next thing you know, we on Amazon Prime.
So the background is that it was a music video that you had put together for a song that you did for one of your albums. Mm-hmm. So what was the inspiration? Like, where did the 5 Little Penguins, like, how did that come about? Like, where did that inspiration come from?
Oh, man. Honestly, it was this really cool thought. So there's a lot of stuff that a lot of me and my peers was kind of going through. Mm-hmm. And we had learned that, you know, just through trial and error, man, people make mistakes. And the thought Five Little Penguins comes is that no one is a penguin. No person is really just black or white, but we all have gray areas in judgment.
Okay.
So if you judge a person based off how they look, judge a book off by its cover, most of the time you're going to be wrong. And so we took that message and kind of created an entire storyline based on real things that have happened in Birmingham.
Now, obviously, it's I put that quotation mark.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Loosely based on things.
Loosely.
Loosely based things that happened in Birmingham. But I mean, it's interesting that you turn a song and now it's already it was a movie, or is it an actual series?
It's an actual TV series.
TV series.
Yeah.
And how many seasons is his first season?
So if I can give you a little backstory on that, right? There's one season on Amazon Prime right now, but it's only 2 episodes. And the reason is because when we were producing the first episode, our sound advisor had a tragic house fire. His studio was in his basement, and he had all of our hard drives and everything in his basement. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I had a cool relationship with my peoples, and Amazon Prime was like, we'll go ahead and release these 2 episodes for you because we like it. They put that up there, and it was like, hey, go back to the drawing board. You can finish the rest of the season and send it to us when it's done. And that's what we're doing now, getting ready to send them the whole full season.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, so technically it's still season 1.
Technically, yeah, you know.
Oh, man, and that sucks because sometimes when I shoot and edit video, and it's like it happens like right when you're like done, and then as soon as you're done, something just says, you know what, I'm finna go on vacation and then crash out, and you're like, and you lose everything, and you're like,
everything.
So now I'm always like, every time I edit, I do it like I'll edit and then I'll save it. I edit and then I save it. I edit and I save it because it never fails when it comes to me. So, but all right, so then you said, okay, I want to turn this into a series. And so now you had to go find you a cast.
Yeah.
All right. So then you say the series is loosely based on events that happen
in Birmingham. Yes, sir.
Now, are these events that happen with you or with friends or just, Yeah.
So a lot of it's me. A lot of it's my family's life. A lot of it's my friends' lives. There's things that can actually be looked up. Like if you Google some of the stuff that happens in our TV show, you'll find that it actually happened in Birmingham. We talk about certain big scandals that happened in Birmingham concerning,
certain people,
right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we put all that stuff in the show to show how these events not only affected that group of people, but the entire community.
So let me ask you this, because before we delve in more into, the actual series, just the vibe of like the entertainment industry in Birmingham, that's one of the things that's been always kind of been near and dear to my heart, because I've always wanted to, when I talk to young people, especially when they get into this field, I always try to tell them like, hey, I know sometimes being in front of the camera is awesome. It's great. It does hold a lot of weight because, you got to move a certain way. You got to, talk a certain way. You can't act up like you used to. You know what I'm saying? Because people watching, hence the camera guy right here. So you got to like pay attention. But I love this because like you are kind of seeing that firsthand. You know that, okay, once I was that guy that was on the stage,
right,
behind the microphone, in front of the camera. Now you're starting to see, okay, I'm more behind the scenes now, kind of connecting people and pushing them up or giving them opportunities that they may have never thought that they would be able to do or even imagine. Because I'm just looking in this room now.
Yeah, this ain't even everybody.
I know this not even everybody. But given the opportunities, because, instead of him having to go, to like Atlanta or LA or, whatever, to try to make it, doing it here, because there is a huge scene here, and you may not be the person in front of the camera. You may be like the camera guy here pointing this camera in front of me behind the camera, or you might be someone who's really good in merchandising or lighting or whatever. But you creating that opportunity for people to, be still in that creative space, but tapping into something and they never really. So just real quick, I just want you to kind of tap into that. Just what is the whole entertainment vibe here in Birmingham? Like, what do you think about that?
Oh man! So talking about Birmingham, there's a whole lot of talent, like just a ton of talented people, like the people that's sitting here at this table. There's other people that I know, and I realized that the atmosphere is not really conducive to the flourishing of the talent that's here in Birmingham. So they'll leave, they'll go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never really saw myself as like a producer or anything like that. I just saw myself as somebody who loved God and had access to resources. So I used that as an opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, put my partners on and figure some things out and like, hey, let's really try to do something big. So I think that, again, it goes to, if you have an idea, if you have the gumption within yourself to go after something, you can make it happen no matter where you're at. And I think Birmingham is almost, even though, like I said, the atmosphere is not conducive, and when I say atmosphere, I'm talking about we may not have 35 record labels who's trying to sign people all the time, or we may not have, you know, multi-platinum producers running around the streets driving in Lamborghinis and you can touch them, but we do have all the things necessary to make the good music, to make the good TV shows, to exude the life that is entertaining and that is worth something in the mainstream. And us tapping into that really, I believe, will make the culture come alive down here, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's really is all it's been to me, because I'm still a rapper. Like I'm still on stages. I'm still hopping off stages. I'm still doing that stuff. But this right here was an opportunity to be like, hey, this is another art form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people kind of ask me, you know, how did I write scripts and how did I do this and how did I do that? If I'm honest, I just approached it the same way I do music. Just creatively, you know.
Yeah. And what do you see yourself, you know, let's say 5 years from now, you know, outside, you know, once Five Little Penguins series is booming and is maybe that series is done. I mean, can you see yourself doing another movie or working on any other like big projects like that?
I already have like 3 ready.
Okay, really?
Like I'm gonna just keep it true with you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we working on one at the same time we doing Five Little Penguins. We got some, you know, because I built a relationship with my people. So don't be surprised if you see us pop up on Amazon Prime again.
Right.
And so, you know, we just working, bro.
So where's my? Do I need to audition somewhere? Like, who do I need to talk to?
You feel me? Hey, look. I'm gonna have my people talk to your people.
Okay.
And then we gonna make it.
Yeah. Which I don't have people just yet. You know, I am the people. So, but okay, just have your people reach out to my people, which is me.
Yeah.
And then we can work something out.
We gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We gonna make it do what it do real quick. But real quick, I know we have a house full of people in here, and I know we're doing this on the radio, but when people get a chance to see the series on Amazon Prime, they can always like, oh, that's the voice I heard, you know. So why don't you introduce everybody that we have in the studio real quick?
Oh man, so look, should I introduce the character names or should I say their real names? Like,
I mean, you could probably say their government names. I mean, we do have a detective in here, so I don't know if anyone got any.
So look, I'm gonna start to my left right here. This is the beautiful Kai. Matter of fact, say your name. Tell them what's up.
My name is Lakai, but everyone calls me Kai or Kai Fi.
All right, Kai-Fi. All right.
I play Nicole.
All right, Nicole. All right, go ahead and pull that microphone up close to you.
Hello, my name is Ashley, also known as Ash the Barber. I'm a local comedian here in Birmingham, Alabama, and I play a serious role, which is the detective.
Oh,
Detective Hawthorne at that.
And before we turn on the microphone, she did drop a couple of bars.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
she
her
did
her
do
rap
that.
name was the chick.
What chick?
And the click.
From
In
the
the
click.
click, from
No,
the
not
click.
in the click.
From
the
the click, yes.
From the click.
Now, let's see. We got who else we got in here?
My name's George, but you know I'm.
We was gonna say George.
But,
George from San Diego.
Yeah, I play Maniac, and I'm the plug. So,
All right.
you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
My God.
That's-
What's going on? I'm Chris. I play Chop on there.
All right. Now, I mean, it's so cool that you're able to bring everybody from like different backgrounds and different experiences. So, how was that process like when you came up with this idea and you're starting to get these characters and formulate that, how do you envision like who that person was supposed to play that role?
Honestly, man, I know these folks. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, right? So I've been knowing George since I was a kid. Like I was getting jumped at the apartments and George would come outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, no, real deal.
Right.
Like I've known him for a long time.
What y'all doing to that little kid?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So look, like yeah. And so, you know what I'm saying, he's a family friend, you know. And so when I came with the script and everything, I really just thought, and this is something that I hold near and dear to myself. Everybody may not be, you know, the Grammy, Oscar-winning actor or actress. I don't necessarily look for people for talent, because you can teach a person a skill. A skill can be taught. You can't teach nobody to be a good person. It's got to be in them.
Right.
So I think about good people, and I say, oh, man, this is a solid person. Let me work with them. We can teach them what they need to teach them. And so we got actual theater coaches on our team. We got people who've actually been on Netflix and stuff on our team. And we're blessed to let them use their gifts and their talents to kind of help everybody as we're creating the art.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, with y'all being family like that,
right?
Too,
you know, it's easy.
It does make things a lot easier, in a sense, to be able to do this, because you gotta have people that trust you, that believe in you, that also see your vision, and you can see their vision as well too, and then y'all can grow and help each other and uplift each other as you're going through this journey. Yes, and it's rare in this business. I mean, you've been in it for a long time. I've been in it for a long time. It's very rare that you get some really solid people that say, all right, I'm gonna rock with you. And go with this for the long haul, you know, and not be for their own self-interest, you know, and it's very hard to really find people. But it's good that you do that, because it really starts with you. Yes, you know, if they see you moving that way and how you are with them, then they're going to do the exact same thing. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Because you're laying out that foundation for everybody else. Well, I think it really started with George.
Yeah, you know,
George right.
Special.
I mean, if George didn't see you get jumped, you know it'd be a whole other situation.
You feel me? And like these people and the other people that are not here, man. These are really beautiful people, really special people. Everybody here has their own testimony, has their own things that they've been through, that they contribute to the art just through their own experiences. And I think that culmination of just different people bringing their own experience, all of their own experiences together, is what adds to the purity that this show is. You know, the fact that we even got picked up on Amazon Prime was a miracle, you know. And don't be surprised if you see it pop up on Tubi, Hulu, whatever, because the type of thing we got going on, it's non-exclusive. So it's like, you know, I can get into those terms, but basically we can go where we want to go, you know.
So I got Devonta in the studio. Five Little Penguins is a series that we're talking about. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yes,
you can check it out, and hopefully you can get it on other networks as well too, where people can go check it out. But all right, so let's get into the series real quick.
Let's do it.
All right, so from what you wrote down, it's a true crime drama loosely based on real crimes in Birmingham. All right, so.
Yes.
Because you know that's kind of a touchy subject, right?
Yeah,
you say loosely. I like you say loosely based. So just all right. So as the series is following your loosely based on your life, and then people that are associated with you. So how do you write something without telling what actually happened? Without, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to get nobody in trouble.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you talk about some real truths. I saw some of the highlights. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm glad you said loosely based, because I know TV, you gotta, you know, exaggerate it just a little bit, just a tad bit.
Just
you know, that's
a little sauce.
Yeah, a little sauce. So like, how do you do that?
So basically, I keep out the things that will identify people. Because if I could be honest, you know, there's some stuff that happens in the show where cases are still open, you know, and we've like sat
Detective,
down.
you haven't found up nobody.
You know, we've sat down with people, man, who have graciously given us their life stories, because it's more than just about crime and all that different stuff. It's really about culture and about how people exist in an area like Birmingham, Alabama, and how Birmingham, Alabama is kind of like a place that can be replicated all over the United States. You know, there's places in Chicago that are just like Birmingham. There's places in Philly that are just like Birmingham. And I think that the way that I structure it really allows it to just be a reality instead of just a normal storyline. And like you said, we change people's names.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We don't say the name of certain companies. We give it another name. You know, we do all that
we
stuff.
was on First 48 now.
Yeah,
and so
were.
it's like,
We were.
we do that stuff to protect the identities of people. But it's just like, you know, the things that people see on the news. When you see a story on the news, they just give you just one side of it, and then that's it. What we're doing is we're telling about things that happen on the news just from the viewpoint of the actual people who are involved in those situations, and the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions and the affections that they had when this and that was going down. And so yeah, that's we just keep it real.
Yeah, well, keeping it real, keeping it raw, and it is a story to tell.
Yes, sir.
And it's giving people a lot of different insights of what they may assume they may think about Birmingham.
Exactly.
I mean, we live here, so we know.
So we know.
We know. But it does give a different side because, you know, like the detective said, I like to call her a detective. And she was talking about we were on the First 48, which is true.
Yeah.
You know, I would watch First 48 and be like, do I know that person?
look, because you might. You know?
I think I know that person. Wait a minute, that fool.
Right.
He was in my house.
Right. Because look, Birmingham it's big, but it's small.
It's small.
It's very small.
Yeah.
Like,
I like to call it a big small town.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a big small town.
Man, I was in Vestavia not too long ago, and I ran into my partner, and I was like, hold up. I remember you from high school. What are you even doing over here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's really interesting how, you know, we're like one or two people from knowing everybody that's here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, is that five people separation? That's what they
exactly.
What they
say? Yeah.
Somebody's gonna know somebody.
Somebody knows somebody, and you throw a rock and you hit somebody.
Yeah.
You know,
so that's why it's always important just to make sure you treat everybody with respect, because you never know, because they're gonna be talking about you. I don't want nobody saying, hey, you know. Yeah. I don't mess with that fool. You ain't finna hear that with me. All right, so when is the remaining season of Father and Penguins going to come out? Because you already got 2 episodes out on Amazon. So when are the rest of them going to be dropping?
So they're actually dropping. They're supposed to be dropping this summer, bruh.
Okay.
So we're actually finishing up the finale episode right now as we speak.
Okay. So do I make a special appearance in there? You know, like,
I mean, you could, you know what
I'm like the plug's plug. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, the door is open, brother.
I'm just saying. I mean, you know. I'm just saying I could act now. You know.
Hey, look.
Depending on what you want me to do. Now, I was playing. But yeah. So summertime.
Yes, sir.
And then are they going to release it like once a week, or it's going to just be all the way dropped and then everybody can just binge watch it?
That's a great question. Yeah, on the binge watch tip, they just gonna drop the whole season and you can watch it.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. So how do you pick up? So did you have to like watch the first 2 episodes and be like, okay, this is how it ends? So then you have to kind of make it look like how it ended the first 2 episodes, and then
I had already wrote it. So,
but you had lost the film, the first one, so you had to reshoot everything, right?
Right. So let me give you a little bit of backstory on that. So, tragically, man, people who are in our show actually passed away in real life.
Mm.
And my business partners and people, in higher places was like, man, just recast them.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. Yeah.
That's the business. But I never put profit over people. And so I decided to just rewrite the whole so that way we could keep those clips where those people who passed, they could still kind of have a little appearance in the TV show.
Mm.
And so messed around, rewrote some stuff, made things make sense to the original storyline, but also keeping my people, you know what I'm saying, keeping their name alive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how that happened.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's good that you did that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this industry can be definitely cutthroat, and somebody passed or whatever, they just rewrite them or
just quick.
I'm glad that you still found some way to kind of keep them
Right.
and keep the storyline going in that way. All right, and if people want to get more information or all the projects or anything like that, how can they find it?
Man, you can Google 5 Lil Penguins. That's the number 5 LIL Penguins, Penguins. I got it. You feel me? Look, had to make sure I did that right.
And if not, Google will give you suggestions on how to spell penguins.
You can Google that, boy. Search it on Amazon
Right.
Prime. You can Google me, search me on YouTube, search me anywhere. You're going to find it. Gonna find it.
Yeah. Now, I can't wait to see everybody else like doing some big stuff too, and then y'all be in the same seat. And
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So I can't wait. We got to. You say you do comedian? You're a comedian as well?
I am. I'm a comedian. Everybody know me as comedian Ash the Barber.
Okay. Now, do you cut hair too while you tell
I am
jokes?
an actual barber.
Okay.
I just opened up a barbershop in Brighton back in November. It's
Oh,
called
that's what's up.
JTI Cuts and Style.
Nice. So, can you do a little taper fade with this right
I
here?
can give you a hair unit.
No.
You know what's so funny? My mom said she was gonna give me one of those.
I can get you some locks or fade, whatever kind of hair
Yeah,
you want.
no. Can you do like what it's like transitioning, like it's growing
sure can.
slowly
Yes, sir.
instead of like a rapid. One day I'm bald and the next day I got like a big afro. You know what I'm saying? Can we just like gradually,
You asking for too much already.
I'm just saying, gotta make it look natural. You gotta make it look natural.
That's all right. I ain't gonna back here. Next person.
No, but yes. Anyone else got anything that they got coming up as well?
I do got I'm working on my own project too.
Okay.
It's on Gustilo Productions on YouTube.
Okay.
I don't have no script. I freestyle it, so we move fast with it.
Yeah.
Catch people, put them in a scenario.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see their normal reaction to it, and we go on. And yeah.
Well, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
See, you surround yourself with good people.
Yeah,
I love
these
it.
are real good people. Like, I love all of their testimonies. I would, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even have enough time to be in here talking about some things, but these are real good people, man.
Yeah.
And I think that, not just me, everybody, you know what I'm saying, deserve the opportunity to be who they've always wanted to be in life. And I think that my company, and everything that we get down is we try to make sure we set the platform for that. You know what I'm saying?
But look, I would love to be able to have y'all on for a whole hour.
Yeah.
But time constraints. But go check out the TV series, Amazon Prime.
Yeah. 5 Little Penguins.
5 Little Penguins. Go check it out. Go check out the trailer first too.
Yeah,
go check that out. Oh, that thing is amazing. But hey, thank you for being here on Birmingham Today.
Thank you so much, brother.
You've been listening to Birmingham Today, a Cumulus Birmingham public affairs program focusing on local and state issues affecting you and your community. We'll see you next week on Birmingham Today.